Welcome to Ford Field in downtown Detroit. Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it. This crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between the Chicago Bears and the Detroit Lions. Here's the former Cornhusker Brett Maher to get this one started. And we are underway from Ford Field. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And he'll bring it a few past the 20 to the 23-yard line.
Check. Set. Waiting. Check. 45 to Mike. Let's go. Let's go. Watch the twist. Watch the twist. Check safety. Check safety. Hey. He's coming to you. He's coming to you. Motion. Hey, hey, hey.
Now the former Terrapin. This is Ty Johnson. And he'll take it forward for about 5 up to the 28-yard line. 5 yards on the game's first play. Second down.
All right, Brandon, I know we're in the early going here, but those kind of runs, they're going to open up a world of opportunities for this offense going forward.
The first down run got 5. Here's 2nd and 5.
Hey, 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 hey. Hey, 22. 45 to Mike. Watch the run. Watch the run. 45, 45, 45.
Now Stafford. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off right around the 43. And he will score. Touchdown, Chicago. And the defense could not have written a much better script than that. First drive, pick 6.
The offense never got a chance to really get oiled up there, did they? But the defense, they certainly got in gear. What a big-time play and a great way for them to start.
And now the offense, they've got to turn things around and figure this out because your backs are on the ground real quickly.
Yeah, usually when you're starting the game getting the ball, 0-0 is the only score you're worried about. Now the second time you get it, you're already down a touchdown.
That'll be taken in the end zone. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. And they'll start the drive on the ground with Johnson. And he'll wind up losing yardage here back at the 21-yard line. That's going to go as a loss of 1 on first down.
I like the strategy. Extra tight ends, extra beef. They want to run the football, but that means they probably want to run it inside. If you get strung out on the perimeter, you're in peril.
Yeah, we saw the result, negative yardage. A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. To throw is Stafford. Screen play, Johnson. Room here to run. And they finally get him, but not before he reaches the 33-yard line. A huge play there on the screen pass. 46 yards.
First and 10 at the 33-yard line.
So the big play changes the complexion of things. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the 30.
Watch twist. Hey. 11.
Now a handoff here to his running back. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. 11 yards there and a Lion first down.
But they're getting ready to go to work now in prime real estate after that last run. Found his spot and picked up nice yardage, didn't he?
And now he's got him knocking on the door of the red zone.
22.
Running game working. They'll stick with it on first down. And he's taken down after a gain of 3 as they move it from the 22 to the 19.
We've called a lot of games, but we don't normally talk about inside linebackers being that fleet of foot, do we?
No, he was able to get outside there to make that play.
Yeah, and you know what makes them faster? Their ability to read plays, understand what offenses are trying to do, and put themselves in proper position.
The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7. They'll run for the first time with Johnson. And just a couple yards there down to the 17.
And the big fella stuffed that one up in a big way. I think doubling him has to be a priority because you can't move up to the next level if you don't take care of him first.
Blue 60. Middle. You can't block me. Check. Lucky. Hey, it's a safety creep.
On 3rd down, Johnson. And they'll get him down about 3 yards short of the first. Give him a couple on the run as it brings up the 4th down. We haven't seen much from him running the football here in this first quarter.
No, you're right about that. We haven't seen much of him at all so far. They've stacked him up pretty well, but when you're trying to run the football, sometimes you got to play the long game. Keep handing it to him, and some of those runs that aren't working now, they turn into 6, 7, 8, and maybe more later on.
And no field goal try here from the red zone. Offense out there. They'll go for it on 4th. They snap it to Stafford. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Eddie Jackson picks it, and he returns it up just shy of the 20 to the 19-yard line. First quarter, and now he already has 2 interceptions.
Yeah, he's got to guard against being tentative from this point forward, though. He's got to still make the right reads, make the proper throws. I've seen guys in this league throw 4 interceptions in a game and win. He's got to understand, put it behind you, keep pressing forward.
Trubisky brings the Bears up 1st and 10 at their own 19-yard line. Here's the first carry for Tariq Cohen. He's got a first down and more past the 30. Finally taken down at the 32-yard line. Mark that down as a pickup of 13, and the Bears have the first.
And the Bears first down.
From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10.
Let's go. Pick it up, D. Kill. Turn up. Kill. Turn up. Mike 5-5. Mike 55. Mike 5-5. Watch the run. 25. Check 25. Hey, check 25.
Now it's Trubisky. Steps away to his left. Stepping up, he'll try and run. He'll get 10 there all on his own, but it'll be 2nd down.
Partner, he was going through his progressions. Not there. After about the 3rd one, he decided he better pull it down and run for it. And he slides down and avoids the hit for good measure.
So not quite a first down just yet as they come up on 2nd and less than a yard.
Switch.
They'll run on 2nd down with Cohen. And he's going to be taken down here with a penalty flag on the field. So on the big tight end, holding.
Each and every year, we talk about very few tight ends coming into the league that are polished blockers or asked to do it a lot in college. So it's a constant struggle and a constant fight to learn how to do it without holding.
Trubisky gives to Cohen. He'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. A gain there of 21 yards. Even from up here in the booth, the play-by-play guy could tell that there was some pretty good blocking on the right side of the line.
Well, you have good eyes, and it's almost like a ballet when it's executed that well. Everyone in the right spot, everyone in sync, everyone hitting the perfect notes. A little more percussion and a lot more bass, I would think, than you get your normal ballet. But at the same time, that was well executed.
Check 52.
Yeah, he'll find Hall. That's back-to-back plays of over 20 yards.
To number 16. 24-yard gain on the play. First down, Bears.
After one, 7-0 on EA Sports.
Bears 7, Lions nothing.
Mike. 180. Hey. SOS.
On first down, Trubisky. Throw left side complete. That's Hall. And he will be brought down at about the 6-yard line. This gain not quite as good as the last, but still over 40 yards between the two. Two big plays in succession. Not sure this D knows what hit him, but now they got to get ready. It's first and goal. They'll try and run for it on first and goal. And he is in. Touchdown, Chicago. Tariq Cohen with touchdown number 8 on the year as the Bears push further out in front.
I know we don't talk about it enough, but the intelligence level of the guys up front blocking, the offensive linemen, maybe the smartest guys in football overall. Add in a little bit of athleticism and a whole lot of toughness, you got a lot to deal with, don't you?
That's why the guys in the backfield get them really nice Christmas gifts, right?
If they're smart, they do.
Let's go, baby. Let's go.
The Lions take over first and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Detroit offense ready to begin their drive. Already down 2 touchdowns here in the first half. This becomes a pretty important drive, doesn't it?
It certainly does. And a lot of the teams script plays. We know that, right? They have a script to start the ball game. And typically those scripts go between 12 and 24, 25 plays. Down 2 touchdowns early, probably not very deep into their script. I think that they'll stay with it. I don't think they'll abandon it just yet and try and generate some offense on this drive.
Anything. At least 3 points, get that 0 off the board. Ball on the 30. They'll come up with a 2nd and 5. Stafford going to give this one off to Johnson. And some space here. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. It's a gain of 14 and a first down for Detroit.
Exactly what they needed right there, because they needed to use the ground game to take some pressure off, because the quarterback's been struggling a little bit.
Now on the heels of that run by Johnson, here's another 1st and 10. And an alley to run. And they'll work this down to the 40-yard line. Tackled there. 1st down Detroit, 16 yards on the pickup.
I'm okay with the call there. In fact, I actually like it. I know they're down a couple of scores, but the running game worked in that situation. I would continue to go in that direction.
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10.
Stay 50, stay 50. Kill. Hey.
Now a handoff looking right. Looking for a seam, but finding none. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage, and that's it. In on the stop, the former Georgia Bulldog, Roquan Smith.
2nd and 10 at the Bears' 40-yard line.
Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again, 2nd and 10.
Switch up. Hey, easy.
They'll try the air now with Stafford. There goes a deep ball, end zone. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there, trying to take a shot, but it's 3rd down.
It's been my observation there's been a nice variety of play calling defensively. You and I often talk about an offense's ability to keep a defense off balance with what they're doing. I think the converse has been true in this game.
I think you're right. They seem to have gone off tendency quite a bit, but only the 2nd quarter, a lot of time to change things. They come up to the line now facing a 3rd and 10 after the incompletion. Stafford. And the pressure gets to him and brings him down. Stafford is sacked. Stafford will stay out there. He'll lead his guys up to go for it on 4th down.
Alert! Blue draw quarter. Hey, 25 to Mike. Hey, 54. I got one. Hey, 25 to Mike. We're going 25 to Mike. Here we go. Sit on!
Here we go on 4th. Stafford. And that is going to be incomplete. Boy, it looked like he had it and dropped it. And the Bears will get the football back. Well, down 2 touchdowns already. I guess they felt they needed to go for it, but still early, still 1st half.
I think conventional wisdom says, look, as you point out, you got a whole half to play. Hang in there. Don't give up any more points in this situation. Do a little adjusting at the half and come out ready to go. But sometimes those coaches can just sense their team. Maybe they're a little flat or they need a little extra inspiration. And he decided to go for it there to try and kickstart things.
And the Bears' 1st down.
Done. 180. Hey, eat. I got him. Check.
This time, Trubisky will throw. That's complete to Robinson. A well-executed 22-yard gain. Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on 1st down. From the red zone now, here's Trubisky on 1st down. This one into the hands of Burton. Another good gain. That's now 35 yards combined on those last 2 plays.
Come on, man. Let's go.
A reminder coming up just a few minutes from now. We'll send you to Jonathan Coachman and our crew in Orlando. Coach will have a look back at some of the stats and scores from yesterday's action.
Alert. Mike 55. I'm here all day.
Hey, check Mike. Watch 55. You gonna see me in your nightmares, son. Alert.
Check it back.
They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And that'll hurt the average a bit as this time they're able to get him behind the line. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd down.
Brings up 2nd and goal at the 5-yard line.
Switch it. Come on, switch it.
Red, go.
On 2nd and goal, Trubisky looking end zone, but it's incomplete.
When you got your backs in the shadow of your goal line, you've got to be physical in that situation because there's not a whole lot of space, not a lot of wild plays that can be run there.
That's put up or shut up time. Defensively, nice job just to make sure they didn't complete it on that play.
Come on. 180.
55. He can't hang. He's not.
Lock in.
Watch twist. Joker.
61. Matchbox lights.
On 3rd and goal, Trubisky. That's incomplete, but there is a flag down, so hang on. A big call coming on 3rd down. And since the penalty occurred in the end zone, move the ball to the 1-yard line.
1st and goal from the 1-yard line. Costly penalty.
They come out here in the eye. Here's 1st and goal, and gosh, points here, a chance maybe to put this thing away before halftime. Now Trubisky to throw. Got his man, and it's caught for a Chicago touchdown. From a yard out, as the Bears push further out in front. On those slants, everything happens so quickly. What makes it work?
The timing between the passer and the receiver. In this case, a slant route ordinarily is probably about 3 steps before you go on the slant. In this amount of time, I think it was a 2-step deal. Boom, put his foot in the ground and got inside for the pass.
Got inside for the pass, got inside for the catch and the score. Following the touchdown, here's Marr to kick it away. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully.
The Lions take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. And some dangerous territory. You're already down 3 scores. A 3-and-out here or an inability to put any points up. This one might be over by half.
Yeah, and what you also have to guard against is calling every play for a big shot downfield. You know, thinking you're going to get all these points back on one drive. You're not. And last time I looked, it's still the first half. I'm not saying you have ultimate patience here, but you also don't have to go ahead and force everything either. This defense is not going to make it easy for you. They're a physical group, and we just saw it there on that play. It came in, made the contact, just as he's trying to haul it in.
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25.
58, right over there.
To throw again, Stafford. He's going to go for a big play downfield. And that will be incomplete. Trying to dial up the long one way out there, but it'll be 3rd down.
Even without a ton of pressure in his face, it just shows how difficult it is to pick apart his own defense. Those guys are sitting back, and they're not playing receivers as much as they're playing the eyes of the quarterback and when he delivers the ball.
Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions.
Easy.
Hey, 25.
Zebra.
25 to Mike. Drop deep.
Go here.
From the gun, here's Stafford. He's going to launch this thing way downfield. And that's going to wind up incomplete. However, we do have a flag down. Let's check in with our referee. Thought they were going to force a fourth down. Instead, P.I. gives them the first.
And that's frustrating because you think you've taken them really deep into the count, haven't you? Instead, you've got to start all over. That can really, really be demoralizing.
So now then, the big play has them all the way inside the 30 now, 1st and 10.
58, boys, 58, 58.
Out of the gun, Stafford. It's caught by Aguilar. So a nice job to break the one tackle, but not much daylight after that as he's brought down. The Lions will use the first of their timeouts as the clock's going to stop with 47 seconds to go in half number 1. 2nd and 5 after the 5-yard completion on first down.
Hey. Hold. 58's the mic. 58.
Stafford looks to throw again. Completes it to Aguilar. That catch good for 5. It's 3rd down.
All that practice time came to fruition on that play. All those timing routes that they work on through training camp, OTAs, minicamp, and just regular season, they got it done on that one. An outcut, ball was delivered, and picked up the completion.
Right here. Hey, easy.
Stay at home. Hey, 58 is the mic. Go 58's the mic. Hey. Come on, QB, come on. 58, boys, 58. 58's Mike. Hey, pick it up, defense. Let's go.
Big 20.
Time dog. Shift.
80 weapon.
Stafford looking to throw on 3rd and 1. And he's got it. And he'll be taken down, but he does have first down yardage. The Lions now going to use the second of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 35 seconds to go in quarter number 2.
First down and goal to go.
They come out here in the eye. This is 1st and goal and a golden chance to get a score back here before halftime. They'll run it with Johnson. And this one will wind up with him losing yardage back to the 4-yard line. That's going to wind up a loss of a full 3 yards on first down. To Johnson again. And he's going to take it in for a Lion touchdown. Ty Johnson, as the first half is winding down, as they are now on the board here in the first half. Prater for the extra point, and they'll cut the lead to 21-7. After the touchdown, out is Prater to kick. That's fielded in the end zone. And not wanting to risk anything here late in the half, he'll just take a knee and they'll bring the football out to the 25. At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
Now a timeout taken. Perhaps a chance for one more quick play and then another timeout if they hurry. We'll see. Ball on the 30. They'll come up with a 2nd and 5. And he's dropped just before the line to gain. 4-yard pickup leaves him with 3rd and 1. So we have come to halftime in what's already a 2-touchdown game. As we'll head down to Orlando, that's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach, set to resume. Here we go with the second half. The Bears holding the lead and ready to receive the kick. The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. They built a good first-half lead. Now they have a chance to add on to it.
And what I'm thinking is that the offensive staff spent the entire halftime just working with them on, here's what we think they're going to do to attack us in the second half. Nice first half that we've had, guys, but be prepared for some change-ups. We're going to see them when we kick it off in the second half.
See how they handle any adjustments that might be made defensively. 3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7.
Hey, ball. Hey, check Mike 47. Check Mike. Blue. I got him. Check.
Now it's Trubisky. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Damon Harrison bringing in 341 pounds of power for the sack.
They need to stop to get back into this game, and here's one right to start the third quarter.
Yeah, anytime you go to the lockers with that 2-3 score deficit, you're right. You need that stop, get the football back, and they've done just that.
Series to series, play to play.
After that sack we just saw, Trubisky and the Bears deal with a 3rd and long.
Watch the eye.
Hey, alert. Hey, whoa. Check 13. Check 13. Move.
Now Trubisky on 3rd and long. He's going to rifle one deep left side. Oh, incomplete. Nearly the pick they needed. They would have loved one there, but at least it does get them to 4th down.
Not only was the call spot on, how about the execution of that defense right there? The zone was absolutely locked up tight. He was trying to force it in there on 3rd down.
But if there's a time to force it, he felt like he needed to make a play, right?
Yeah, exactly right. 3rd down, you got to try and find something. There's nothing available there for him.
Here's Drew Kaiser now. And the way this offense has moved the ball, he hasn't been needed till here in the 3rd. This is fielded at the 27. A big kick that time, 52 yards. And the Lions will take over. The Detroit offense ready to begin their drive. They trail offense, first time to touch the ball in quarter 3, and we'll see what they can do.
And I can't wait to see what they have planned, because some teams script to start a half. Other teams just go, okay, these are the sequence of plays we want to run. These things worked well for us. And sometimes they throw in that big chunk play right away.
Shocker.
Try and get after them early and try and create a big play to give themselves some momentum.
See what they have up their sleeve. So 2nd and 8 here after the pass play for 2 yards on 1st down.
45 to Mike. 45 to
Now Stafford. Complete. It's Johnson. And they bring him to the ground just shy of midfield. 11 yards there and a Lion 1st down.
Two-jet bomber.
49-yard line.
Zebra.
36.
Stiff-armed him. And he's out of bounds as he gets this down to the 45. It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to 2nd and 4.
Let's talk a little football 101 here, because one of the keys to advancing the ball downfield, success on 1st down. Huge difference, as we know, between 2nd and 4 and 2nd and 8 and 9.
58.
From the 45 on 2nd down. Stafford, he finds his man Johnson. And he's corralled, but not before getting it inside the 35. They'll get a dozen there, and the Lions have a 1st down.
I think the best offenses love to get the ball to their running backs in open space because they have the ability to make people miss, and they also have the ability to run over people. And if you do that throughout the game, after a while, they might just run through some of those tackles and go a long way.
Well, we saw him shed a nice tackle on that play.
Go 58's the mic. Hey, lost the ball, lost the ball. Check, 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 check. 21. 53. Ready. Crouch.
A first down carry here for Johnson. A nice run there, 9 yards, and it'll be second down.
Some runs are blocked so well, you almost forget that someone has to carry the ball to gain the yardage. The leverage by the offensive line to create space up front, really well done.
The previous run, good for 9. Here's second and a yard.
Hey. Bang, 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 bang.
Hey, 25 the mic. We're going.
They stay on the ground. This time it's Johnson. And he'll go down here right around the 23-yard line. A gain of just a yard, but it's a first down.
Not too many offenses want to turn down long drives, but when you're down what they are, they've got to pay it off with some points.
Lady. Easy.
They stay on the ground on first with Johnson. And some room to maneuver. And he takes this one in for a Lions touchdown. Ty Johnson with his second touchdown of the game, number 8 on the season, as his guys are back within a single score. Now Prater to add the PAT. It's up and good. This becomes a 21-14 ball game now. After the touchdown, out is Prater to kick. That'll be taken in the end zone. And they'll put up the stop sign there as his guys will get it at the 25. At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. Certainly want to avoid what they had to do last possession. That was punt the football, because this game's starting to tighten up.
In a basketball sense, you think about taking a little bit of the air out of the ball, right? Maybe milk some clock, limit the possessions. In this case, they might want to do the same thing, but control the game offensively. Put together some first downs, put together a drive, and keep it away from them.
3-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 7 at the 28-yard line.
Here's 2nd and 7 now from the 28.
Check, 47. Oh, here we go.
Now Trubisky. He's going to dump that off to his running back, Cohen. A pickup of about 3 yards as he's taken down at the 31.
I know most of the time when the ball's in the air, you're thinking wide receiver, tight end, but running backs, they can be a big part of any passing offense nowadays.
For the Lions, an extra DB in the game now here on 3rd down. On 3rd down, a run with Cohen. And he takes this one in for a Bears touchdown. Tariq Cohen, his 2nd touchdown of the night as the Bears push further out in front. That's a pretty quick response to that last touchdown drive, and it seemed like they had maybe given up momentum. Not so fast.
No, not at all, because they ended up pushing the lead up once again, and you're exactly right. Thought momentum might have been shifting. Instead, they grabbed old Mo, didn't let him get to the opposite sideline.
Extra point by Marr, up and good. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. Following the touchdown, here's Marr to kick it away. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken.
The Lions take over first and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. And here we are almost through 3 quarters of play, and this passing game still has not really found any kind of rhythm.
Put it mildly, because they're not even over 100 yards yet. And in today's NFL, where it's a pass-first league, that is quite surprising. Not many teams patient enough to stick with the run. Everybody wants to advance the ball through the air. They've got to get their timing back.
Meanwhile, they take a shot to start the drive, but this is going to wind up incomplete.
This defense is continuing to contest every deep ball that is thrown downfield. And look, it doesn't matter whether you're playing man or zone. Eventually, that becomes man on man, and you've got to trust yourself and go up at that moment of truth and make a play on the football.
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. Throwing again. Stafford throwing deep for Galladay. And that'll be incomplete. Good protection that time, and they couldn't hook up on the long one. Now it's 3rd down. They have not gotten him going at all. Tried to spark something there with a longer throw, unable to complete it.
But you have to keep trying. He's one of their best playmakers. No matter what it says on the scoreboard, you're always trying to get him the football.
Don't be scared of it. Like 7. And 58 is the mic. Go 58 is the mic.
Throwing on 3rd down. Stafford. Aguilar has it. A really good pickup of 28 yards. Stafford now perfect since the second half started. 7 of 7. It's 1st and 10. And that one covered beautifully. Their defenders stayed home, and they'll stop him behind the line. Once more, he was trying to get it to Kenny Galladay, but it'll be 2nd down.
At the 49-yard line.
Again, it's Stafford. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's 3rd down.
Incomplete. Makes it 3rd down and 12 yards to go.
Try to get one more in here before the quarter breaks.
I got you, son. I got you, son. Hey, 25's the mic. We'll go 25's the mic. Get that 20.
On 3rd down, Stafford. And he's going to lose yardage here, as they will switch ends as time is run out on this 3rd quarter of play. Back now at Ford Field. It's the Lions trailing, but with possession of the football as we get set to bring you the 4th quarter. All right, they're going to try and keep hope alive here on 4th down. They're going for it.
Hey, 25's the mic. We'll go 20. Hey, easy. Push him back. 32. We'll go 25's the mic. Let's go.
Lions go for it on 4th. It's Stafford. Dancing to his left. Throwing deep for Gallup. And for a 3rd time tonight, he's intercepted. Picked off inside the 10. And he returns it here to his own 18-yard line. Not the best of plays there as a quarterback. You're right-handed, rolling left, trying to throw it that far downfield.
I remember a coach of mine saying, son, that's the equivalent of trying to get the car keys out of your pocket with your opposite hand while you're trying to run. You just can't do it.
They'll start things on first with Torrey Cohen. He's got a first down past the 30. Finally taken down at the 32-yard line. 14 yards and a Chicago first down.
Do my eyes deceive me, or is he getting stronger as this game moves along?
Burst seems just as good here in the fourth as it was way back in the first, doesn't it?
I do believe someone put a lot of time in the offseason and continues to condition during the season in order to continue to carry the ball at this rate.
Trubisky will throw. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's second down.
You get a tight end like this, and you know he's used to dishing out punishment, but here, he's one that has to absorb the contact, and as a result, unable to hold on to the football.
Here's second and 10 now from about the 32.
You must be dreaming.
This is Cohen. It's a gain of about 3, but it's going to leave them with third and still 7 yards to go.
Bottom line, they want to keep this clock rolling, so they'll take that one right there. They just want to keep falling forward, and they want to put the onus on the big fellas up front in order to bring this one home.
And the Lions going with an extra DB here on third down. Here's Trubisky to throw. And intercepted. Maybe the turning point they need. Picked off at the 47. Two-score game here in the fourth, and that pick, it kind of keeps the door ajar, doesn't it?
It does, and you wonder about their strategy because with a two-score lead, you would think maybe you're just sitting on it and trying to drain some clock. It's almost like they felt like, hey, we've got a good cushion. We can keep pressing it. It ended up costing them.
The Detroit offense ready to begin their drive. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack them here. To throw again on second down. Stafford, and that's going to be incomplete. A lot of contact, no call, and it's third down. We have not seen a whole lot of wide-open receivers. Everything seemingly has been contested.
And that's another nice job there to force an incompletion. They've been very cohesive, knowing each other's moves all game long, and they've been on the spot just about every time.
And they've held them in check on the scoreboard. The Lions on third down, 2 for 5 to this point. This is going to be 3rd and 13.
Hey, Mike, we got 25 to Mike.
Let's go, D.
A shotgun snap for Stafford. And for the 4th time tonight, it's an interception. Picked off by Kyle Fuller. And the return comes to a halt right at the 44-yard line. Well, Charles, he's thrown 5 picks in a game before, and right now, after that one, he's standing on number 4.
And right now, your defensive coordinator is asking the offense coordinator, can you do anything to slow this down? Because my guys have to keep running back out on the field. So play calling may come into it a little bit, maybe run the ball a little bit more. But a lot of it depends on the scoreboard. They may have to keep throwing it.
Set, ready, on the bench.
And they're going to take it all the way down and just take the delay. He didn't even try to signal for a timeout, so they must have not been aware of the numbers.
I think he lost track of the time left in the play clock and probably was trying to read the defense and trying to figure out which play to run and just lost track, and it cost him.
Now they need 15 yards on this series after the delay of game. 1st and 15. And down to the 44, 5 yards that time. Got to figure now, after getting that turnover, they're just going to be happy to keep the ball on the ground, right?
This is where covering the football, taking care of the ball, all the ball security terms that have ever been used, they come into play for the guys on offense right now. Just take care of it, and they've got a good chance of ending up winning this game.
They try again with Cohen. And an alley to run. And he's going to get this inside the 30. 1st down for the Bears, a gain of 15.
He's still rumbling, isn't he? Still looking fresh in this one despite the heavy workload. But you and I both know, well-conditioned, and he did tell us that he thrives on being at his peak late in ball games.
Now Trubisky to Cohen out of the backfield. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard. Under 4 to go now as the clock runs and they come up on 2nd down. Here's Trubisky. Flush to his right. He's going to... Now Trubisky lost the football.
On plays like this with a ball comes free, it's often unusual for the team that lost it to get it back because this is the quarterback. The ball gets away from him. Everyone else is trying to execute what they're supposed to do on offense. They're usually looking in the other direction, downfield, or have moved away from him. In this case, though, a teammate is able to come up with the ball.
On 1st and 10, it's Trubisky. Forced out, and he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. Deshaun Hand busting through to get him for a loss of 6.
It's interesting, partner, that most defenses try and guard the 35-yard line actively because they think the way kickers are nowadays, about a 52-yard field goal, they're kind of giving up points. But you get even deeper into territory, you get into the red zone, they're going to guard it even more, which means more pressure, more blitzing.
Clock continuing to run. They'll probably wind this all the way before snapping it on 2nd down. Throwing here, Trubisky. Under pressure again, and down he goes again. The Lions will use the first of their timeouts. It's just their first. They'll be down to 2 remaining as we step aside here in the 4th quarter. After that sack we just saw, Trubisky and the Bears deal with a 3rd and long.
49 to Mike. Watch 49. Hey, Orbit. Where we go? Ran, go. Check. Motion.
From the gun on 3rd down, it's Trubisky. They'll rifle this one deep right side. And intercepted. Maybe the turning point they need. Picked off inside the 5. And a good return here as he takes it up past the 30-yard line. Well, they're not making it easy on themselves here down the stretch. 2 picks now in the 4th quarter trying to hang on to that lead.
Talk about keeping someone in the game. Instead of being able to shut the door, it's still cracked open because they can come back on you now. The only people who are really happy about those picks, any fantasy team that has this defense.
The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. Now, they've sort of lost their way, partner. How do they recalibrate and get this proverbial train back on track?
Well, this is where leadership really comes into play. How's the head coach handling it? The offensive coordinator? Sometimes they just make a joke. All right, guys, had your fun? All right.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Blowing that play up, Roquan Smith as he gets the sack. 2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. So the Lions in possession of the football as we welcome you back. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over.
10. Hey, exit.
Throwing on 2nd and long. Stafford, now a desperation throw deep downfield. And a flag comes in as that one falls incomplete. Now let's see who this is on. Well, you won't hear any boos from this home crowd on that call.
No, not at all, and it's been a long day for this crowd waiting for this game. It's been a long evening as well. Finally, they feel they got a call.
So now then, the big play has them all the way inside the 30 now, 1st and 10.
Big edge, big edge, big edge. Hey. Ringo.
Easy alert. Hey, Haywood.
Operating from the gun, Stafford. And a big loss here as he's taken down. Khalil Mack in there to drop him as that clock continues to run.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
He's going to let it fly. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's 3rd down.
They went with a dime look on defense. 2 extra defensive backs on the field and covered up essentially every blade of grass. That allowed them to disrupt the play.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down.
Right over there. Yeah. Mike, 58, right there. Now watch one.
From the gun, Stafford. This is Johnson. He's got it. And they move this all the way down to the 9. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. The chain gang hustling to catch up. Here's 1st and goal from just inside the 10. Operating from the gun, Stafford. And this is caught now for a late touchdown. So hold everything here. This one's not over yet. Okay, game on. Don't go anywhere yet. You got a 1-score game now. Probably going to rely on the onside kick coming up.
Yeah, they have to. It's not a high percentage play, but it's better than not having a chance at all. And that's when you put your leapers and your flyers on one side, get that high hop, and hope that one of the guys can come up with it.
And on the other side, you get that hands team ready.
No doubt about it.
Extra point good by Prater. And now things get a bit more interesting here in this 4th quarter.
21.
So there is still time, a little over 50 seconds to go, but this becomes a critical onside kick. And this is going to be taken in by the Bears, and it appears they're going to win this game. Well, 4th quarter, they felt like they needed the football back. Unfortunately, they couldn't get it.
And I know we've brought analytics into the game, and someone has said here that the data says that when a team's expecting an onside kick, 80% of the time, the team expecting it, they do actually recover the ball, which is what we saw here. I just wonder if that number is much more of a anecdotal type of a number. Kind of like when the coaches tell us, well, when you score on special teams, 93% of the time you win the game. I'm still waiting to see that number as empirical.
1st down, a run with Cohen. And despite the good footwork, he'll be hit and dropped shy of the 45. The Lions now going to use the 2nd of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with just under 50 seconds remaining in the 4th. This, in all probability, another run here on 2nd and 8.
Hey, 18.
49.
Bravo.
Let's go, defense.
Oh, Trubisky going to throw. And he can't get a throw away. He's taken down. And the Lions quickly now going to use the last of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the game. After that sack we just saw, Trubisky and the Bears deal with a 3rd and long. Now it's Trubisky. He finds Robinson. They wind up getting 16, but even that's not quite enough. It's 4th down. The offense here not budging. They're going to fight for it on 4th and inches. Now it's Trubisky. And he'll find Hall. And he's going to get this inside the 30.
Number 16. A gain of 13 yards. 1st down, Chicago.
Get up. 180. 49. Rip left. Rip left. Motion.
Here's Trubisky. That is caught by Cohen. And they'll work it inside the 15-yard line before it's all said and done. And we've got a timeout. 9 seconds remaining.
First down, Bears.
Trubisky now hitting on 2/3 of his passes, 10 for 15 so far. 1st and 10.
I got it. 49. Alert.
From the red zone now, here's Trubisky on 1st down. And it'll be intercepted. Read it well, and it's picked. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
At their own 20-yard line.
The Detroit offense ready to begin their drive. They have time here, partner, for just one final heave.
And I have to look at it from the defense's perspective here. We know what they're going to do on offense. The Hail Mary, try and get guys down there and throw it in the end zone, tip it around and catch it. You've got to have guys back there.
And, a crusher there as it's intercepted. Picked off at about the 31. And that is going to seal this victory as time runs out. Boy, tight game like this, 4th quarter, personal foul penalties, a no-no.
Yeah, we know the emotions are running high. The tensions are the same. Who can control them best could ultimately win it.
After the penalty, a fresh set of downs. It's 1st and 10.
Hey, keep it up. He's crashing. He's checking crash. You ran.
Throwing now is Trubisky. He's going to take a shot right away for the end zone. And that will be caught, but out of bounds. Out of bounds, ruled incomplete here. So this one in the win column for the Chicago Bears, and they were really helped by their defense, forcing 3 turnovers.
I think what we saw in this one, today's defense. And what I mean by that is in the old days, pitching shutouts was big time. That was paramount. But the big thing was holding people down, holding down their yardage, right? Don't let them throw the ball through the air and gain a lot of... But now, it's about taking the ball away. Taking away possessions, getting the ball back for their offense. They had 3 takeaways in this one, and it led them to victory.
So for Chicago, they're setting themselves up as a major contender as they move to 8-1 now on the year. And they will head back home next week. Meanwhile, for the Lions, they are barely afloat as they fall to 4-5. And they'll get a chance to redeem themselves at home next week. Thanks for tuning in, everybody. Alongside Charles Davis, we thank our entire crew. I'm Brandon Gaudin. This is the NFL on EA Sports.
it feel like, yeah, all day like, yeah, all night like, whole squad like, what? And it feel like, yeah, all day like, yeah, all night like, what? Whole squad like, yeah, and it feel like, yeah, all day like, yeah, all night like, yeah, whole squad like, yeah, and it feel like, yeah, all day like, yeah, all night like, yeah. You don't want problems, you don't want smoke, dog. You don't want problems. Yeah, you don't want problems, you don't want smoke, dog. You don't want problems. Yeah, you don't want problems, you don't want smoke, dog. You don't want problems. No, I said you don't want problems, you don't want smoke, dog. You don't want. Call us dangerous. Ain't too many can play with us. See what this game here taking us. No barber, ain't no fading us. I ain't really saying much. Actions be louder than words, man. I just wanna be heard. For your mom to your pop to the beat to the birds, man. Cut right off on the curb like I'm Barry Sanders. Chains on and the diamonds dancing. Game on, so it's time to go. When the rain starts, I'ma let you know. Name a squad that is better though than my home team. We a pot of gold. I'm a dog. I'ma need a bone for my whole team. I'ma let it go like blah. Yeah, and it feel like, yeah, all day like, yeah, all night like, yeah, whole squad like, what? And it feel like, yeah, all day like, yeah, all night like, what? Whole squad like, yeah, and it feel like, yeah, all day like, yeah, all night like, yeah, whole squad like, yeah, and it feel like, yeah, all day like, yeah, all night like, yeah. You don't want problems, you don't want smoke, dog. You don't want problems. Yeah, you don't want problems, you don't want smoke, dog. You don't want problems. Yeah, you don't want problems, you don't want smoke, dog. You don't want problems. No, I said you don't want problems, you don't want smoke, dog. You don't want. Yeah, I've been so my frustration, I was waiting to shine. My father taught me don't be soft, so now I'm taking what's mine. I define myself as ambitious, young, black, and gifted. Master P, my masterpiece, that mean I don't got no limits. Bout it, I doubt it. My homies know you ain't ride it. We break you down like a pound. I got it, don't pound it surround me. I'm corrupted, flow cold and it's rugged, bump it. What is up? I'm ready for war. You got to love it like blah. Yeah, and it feel like, yeah, all day like, yeah, all night like, yeah, whole squad like, what? And it feel like, yeah, all day like, yeah, all night like, what? Whole squad like, yeah, and it feel like, yeah, all day like, yeah, all night like, yeah, whole squad like, yeah, and it feel like, yeah, all day like, yeah, all night like, yeah. You don't want problems, you don't want smoke, dog. You don't want problems. Yeah, you don't want problems, you don't want smoke, dog. You don't want problems. Yeah, you don't want problems, you don't want smoke, dog. You don't want problems. No, I said you don't want problems, you don't want smoke, dog. You don't want. Ooh.